Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare.
Thank you so much, Your Grace, Prashatma Das, for the beautiful Mangacharana and invoking auspiciousness in this meeting and discourse. So today we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9, verse 36. Yes. So welcome, Your Grace, Radhika, Kasturi, Mataji. Please accept our humble obeisances and all glories to Srila Prabhupada for giving us this wisdom in a way that we can actually understand. Yes, so today we were just waiting for you. We've done the Mangacharana. So welcome and thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtata Desatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So dear devotees, just wanted to start our today's class. Again, we have seen the verse from last class, and the main theme of the verse is sadhana bhakti, and we've been discussing various analogies to kind of help understand sadhana bhakti. And today I want to make use of the opportunity to also talk about bhakti. Again, I wanted to give an example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our famous episode, Jagai Madai episode, is what I'm going to be talking about in today's class. So, dear devotees, we all know the story of Jagai and Madai. But I just thought, again, to help us understand the mercy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to us, which is bhakti, we definitely have to understand over and over the story of Jagai and Madai, right? So now there is obviously, I'm just going to start from the episode where people were telling Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur that, see, look at Jagai and Madai. These people are so violent, so cruel. I'm so sorry, dear devotees. I think you're not able to hear me very well, right? I have to turn on my audio with my phone. Is that right?
Yes, we can hear you. You're a little bit far away. Yes. But
yes. Okay. I turned on the phone. Is it fine? Is this fine?
Very fine, thank you.
Okay, good. I keep forgetting about this. Yeah. Kindly remind me if I missed it. So now, as I said, we are going to be talking about Jagai and Madai. And now we are going to go into the episode of Jagai and Madai in this point where people are telling, see, Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, these people, look at Jagai and Madai, they are so violent, they are so cruel, they are so sinful. There is no sin that they will not commit. When Nityananda Prabhu heard this, what happened? His heart melted. He became very joyful. Hearing about the abominable condition, his heart melted with compassion. He turned to Haridas Thakur and said, "Oh, Lord Gauranga, he is Patita Pavan. He is the most merciful. And how many people know that? Right? Then Lord delivers these drunkards and makes them intoxicated with the holy name of Krishna. Now, Haridas, look. Even if anyone touches the shadow of Jagai and Madai, they will run to the river Ganges with all the clothes on to purify themselves. But when Lord Gauranga, if they see them now in this intoxicated state, what will people have to do? People have to immerse themselves in Ganga and then purify themselves. But when Lord Gauranga gives mercy to Jagai and Madai, opposite is going to happen. And someday you will see, if anyone comes near Jagai and Madai, people will think that they have just bathed in the Ganges and they have purified themselves with all their sins. If our Lord can make them into Vaishnavas, then the truth of Lord Chaitanya is going to be revealed to this whole world, to this whole universe. You see, Lord Chaitanya now, he is pretending just to be a devotee. But we have to expose him. It's our duty, Haridas Thakur, that you and I together, we have to expose our Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If he is going to deliver Jagai and Madai, then the whole world will know about his powers, that, you know what, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the most merciful, he is the most forgiving, he is the most compassionate. Like that, people will know. Right? Nityananda Prabhu said this to Haridas. Those moral practitioners, you remember, they whipped you with an intent to kill you in Kulyagram. Do you remember how you prayed for Krishna to forgive those people who were ready to kill you? And Krishna forgave them. Well, as far as this one goes, Haridas, do that for Jagai and Madai. Pray to Krishna to give them a pure love of Godhead. And Krishna, he has to listen to you, Haridas. Okay? Do this. Nityananda Prabhu, with his voice choked with love and compassion for the worst demons the world has ever seen. They are cruel, they are envious, they are hateful. But Nityananda Prabhu, what did he do to them? He loved them. As Balaram, we all know, he had his plow, he has his club. With a grass, with his fist, he killed the demons just like that. But Nityananda Prabhu, he's approaching Jagai and Madai with folded hands and tears through his eyes as a beggar. Oh Jagai, oh Madai, I beg you. You know what? Please hear my words. Chant the names of Krishna. Worship Krishna and become Krishna's devotee. Krishna, he is your real mother. Krishna, he is your real father too. Become Krishna's devotee. Krishna is the eternal treasure of your life. And Krishna has descended on this earth as Gauranga to deliver the most wicked and cruel people like you. For the abominable sins that you have committed, Jagai and Madai, you will certainly be burnt in the lowest regions of the hells. And that too, just not for a limited time, for an unlimited period of time, you'll be burnt in the lowest regions of the hells. But if you're going to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you're going to attain the highest perfection of liberation. Chant the names of Krishna. Jagai and Madai heard this. Their eyes, it became red like a burning coal with anger. It became intolerable. They became intolerable. Who's this? Who's this sannyasi guy who's preaching to us? Who's this sannyasi type person preaching to us? What is this? Jagai and Madai ran towards them with their gigantic hands, ready to strangle them, and cried out to catch them. Now, what could Brahma do? What could Balaram do to them? What will Balaram do? Haladar, plow, here you go. Balaram would have smashed them in no time, right? But what did Haridas and Nityananda Prabhu do? Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, they turned around and they ran away. When Jagai and Madai chased them, these Jagai and Madai, they were like trying to catch them. And people who were around, the pious people, they were saying, see, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, we warned you. You two people, you look like sannyasis and you're walking around. We told you, don't approach Jagai and Madai. You guys are crazy. You're suicidal. You don't even listen to us. And now you're in great danger. Look at you guys. And those people who are envious of Jagai and Madai, they were very blissful. Oh, they are saying, yes, finally these two fools who are going and begging everyone to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These two people who are begging everyone to chant Krishna's name. Now, see what is their status? They will be pulverized and they'll be killed by Jagai and Matai once for all. Very good, very good. The whole world will see now. And meanwhile, Jagai and Madai, they were screaming out, come back here, come back here. Don't you dare to run from Jagai and Madai. And Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur both were running. And Nityananda Prabhu said to Haridas Thakur, you know, you were saved by those people who tried to kill you. Right? Remember? You were saved. Again, pray again now so that we are saved. Haridas Thakur looked at Nityananda Prabhu. He said, do you know what's going to happen today? Today, you went to the two murderous demons and you told them to chant Hare Krishna and you told them to surrender to Krishna. And in the past, if you look at my past history, I was on my own. I didn't preach people who are drunkards, who are murderers. So Krishna saved me. But you had audacity to preach to this kind of people. It appears that today my life is going to be finished because of you. And Nityananda Prabhu said, don't blame me. It's our master. It's our master Gauranga. He is the one who gave us this order. Who ever heard of such a thing in the world history? I mean, it's Gauranga who gave this order. Everyone you meet, you roll on the ground, you fall at their feet, and then beg them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra without any discrimination. Everyone, get them to be Krishna's devotees. Get them to chant the holy names of Krishna. And what am I doing? I'm just following his instructions. If you blame anyone, blame your Lord. Blame Gauranga. And in this way, we were just laughing around the whole time, running and joking. Okay, this is not serious, okay? But each one was trying to tell, oh, you know what? Haridas was like, I prayed to Krishna and I didn't preach to this kind of people, but you preach to this kind of people who are murderers and you are to be blamed. And then Nityananda Prabhu was like, no, I'm not to be blamed. Gauranga is to be blamed. And they were just joking around, running. And Jagai and Madai, they also ran with them. Because they were really big, Jagai and Madai, they could not keep up with Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, who were laughing and joking and clapping their hands and running away. All right. And finally, the two brothers, they couldn't catch Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. So they just started pulling each other's hair and beating each other because obviously they had to beat someone and they just bet themselves up. So Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, they stopped for some time and they looked and saw no one was being chased. Then they went to Srivasangan. They gave a report to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees. Lord Chaitanya, he heard about the two Brahmins who have become murderers and killers now. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Srivas Thakur and Gangadas Pandit, how is this possible? How could this Brahmin from such a respectable family become so cruel, so sinful? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, see, their names, they were not Jagai and Madai before. They were Jagadananda and Madhavananda. But now they are Jagai and Madai. There is no sin that they do not commit. In fact, all over Navadip, people are in great fear of them. See, say for example, they camp out anywhere in the district of Navadvip, then nobody will even come out because of fear, especially at night. When they are in the bank of Ganges, no one would ever go and bathe in the Ganges river because these men are mad. Nobody knows whose house is going to be burned down next in the middle of the night. Nobody knows who's going to be raped. Nobody knows who's going to be killed. Lord Chaitanya, we Brahmins are acting like this. I mean, he was like, you know what? The Brahmins are acting like this. I don't feel comfortable with this. I will destroy them. Where is my Sudarshan Chakra? In fact, all over Navadvip, as you all know, if people are in fear of him, then why should they be? I'll my Sudarshan Chakra and destroy them right now. Then Nityananda Prabhu said, you know what, my lord? No. I already decided that we should deliver them. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda Prabhu cast his glance on them with the intent to give them love of Godhead. So what will happen to these Jagai and Madai? They will be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and they will be dancing around. And meanwhile, Haridas Thakur he started to reveal his heart to Advait Prabhu. And he was like, you know what it is like preaching with Nityananda Prabhu? He said, Nityananda Prabhu is very unpredictable. He always gets me into trouble. During the time when Ganga is overflooding and filled with this deadly man-eating crocodiles, what will happen is Nityananda Prabhu, he will jump right on the crocodiles. And I'll be screaming, Nitai, Nitai, come back. And he'll be nicely playing in the crocodiles and he'll not come back. And after some time, he'll just be floating like a dead corpse in the Ganges. Other times, you know what? He will get into one of the moods like a cowherd boy, right? And he'll go to one of the houses and he will start stealing people's yogurt, people's ghee, and he would start to eat them. And then he'll run away and people will come out with their sticks and they will punish me instead of him. And then he'll go to a nice young lady and he'll say, oh, you know what? Will you marry me? And she'll run and she'll go to her father and her father will come out. And what would Nityananda Prabhu do? He would hide and I will have to explain everything to them. So there are so many things that he was sharing with Advaita Prabhu. He also told about Nityananda Prabhu would sometimes go into someone's goshala. He would start milking their cows and he would even start drinking them. And the cowherd man will come out and he will say, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he'll be gone. And I'll be standing there. So he does this every day. And what did he do today? You know what he did today? He went to these two gigantic monsters, Jagai and Madai. They were drunk. They were out of their minds. And he told them, you know what? Hare Krishna. And when Advaita, and then they started to attack and kill us. And when Advaita Acharya heard this, he's laughing and dancing in ecstasy. He said, why you should be surprised? Drunk people like to keep the company of other drunk people. Jagai and Madai, they're always intoxicated with liquor. And Nityananda Prabhu, he's always intoxicated with love of Godhead. So these guys are made for each other. But you should know that Nityananda Prabhu's power within a few days. Jagai and Madai, they are going to be amongst you guys with a kirtan, with their raised arms, loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And shortly after, Jagai and Madai, they made their camp to the Ganges near Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house. Nobody again would go near them. They heard the kirtan all night long in Shivasangan. And they heard these kirtans. And they would drink more and more as they kept listening. And sometimes they would even try to sing along with them. And they'd sing more and then drink more. Like that, they were passing their day. And then listen, drink, like that. And Lord Chaitanya came out of the house and they started screaming at him. They said, oh, Nimai, we heard about you. You are trying to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and do all day singing, ha 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 ha, like that. And they were like, nobody should laugh. This is serious. And of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they wouldn't go near them because he knows they are low and contaminated. So he kept at a distance and watched them and he went home. And then they did their holy name. And one day it was actually around sunset. Nityananda Prabhu knew where Jagai and Madai were. And he walked to that spot where Jagai and Madai were. And he walks right up to him and he asked, he walked up to them and then they asked him, you know what, where are you going? He says, I'm going to Nimai Pandit's house. And they asked him, who are you? And he said, you know what, I'm an Avadut. I'm an Avadut. People call me Avadut. And Madai was outraged. He picked up a liquor pot that was, which was as hard as a stone. And with all of the strength, he was a powerful man with all of the strength, with an intent to kill Nityananda Prabhu. He smashed the pot right on his head. Now, Jagai and Madai, for them, killing people is like eating a pakoda, right? It was like no problem. They would do it day in, day out, every day. With all their strength, the Madai smashed that pot on Nityananda Prabhu's head. And by Nityananda Prabhu's own arrangement, he has a spiritual body, but to reciprocate with them, the blood poured down from the head, streaked across his face and choked his clothing. He looked up at Jagai and Madai, and Nityananda Prabhu said, you know what, I don't mind you I don't mind what you have done to me, okay? You can do anything to me, but it breaks my heart to see your suffering condition. You know what? Chant the Hare Krishna Mantra, worship Krishna, become Krishna's devotee. Krishna is your mother, he's your father, he's your treasure of your life. Please, my brother, chant the holy names of Krishna. This further infuriated Madai. He picked up another pot and he roared like a lion. Smash Nityananda Prabhu's head again. But Nityananda Prabhu, seeing genuine love, which was selfless, which was passion, Jagai's heart was transformed. Okay, Madai was going to do this. Genuine. Prasanatma Prabhu, you can somebody mute them? Okay, very good. So what happened was Jagai's heart was transformed on seeing Nityananda Prabhu's genuine compassion. So he stopped his brother Madai. He said, you can't do this. Don't you see? This man is a true saint. You tried to kill him and he loves. He wants only your benefit. Don't harm him. He's a very innocent man. And then Madai was outraged and he was ready to do it again. But people of the town who saw this, they went and reported this to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With an army of devotees around him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came running towards the scene like death personified. Imagine, dear devotees. First, he looked at Nityananda Prabhu, who was covered with blood. And then he looked at Madai, who was ready to hit him again with a pot. Srila Prabhupada explains that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eyes were as bright like a burning coal, and he screamed out, Chakra, Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra manifested in his hand, flashing like a bright light, like a sun. And Jagai and Madai, everyone, they saw the chakra on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hand. He was on the verge of liberating Madai from his physical body. However, Nityananda Prabhu wouldn't allow him to do so. He stepped between Madai and Gauranga, and with tears of compassion with his folded hands, he said, my Lord, my God, Lord Gauranga, please don't harm him. We have come to this world not to kill the demons, but to transform the heart of the demons we are going to transform the hearts of the demons into saintly people. That is our mission. This is the age of Kali, and everyone is more or less like Jagai and Madai. But through the power of this holy name, we have come here to give them the love of Godhead. And now, please hear me, my Lord. Jagai, he saved my life. He stopped Madai from killing me and hitting me on my head again. When Chaitanya heard this, it was just what Nityananda Prabhu needed to say. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became unlimitedly indebted to Jagai for doing that service for Nityananda Prabhu. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard this, his Sudarshan Chakra disappeared and he said, Jagai, you have protected my beloved Nityananda Prabhu. Today, I give you Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema. And just by saying it, Jagai's heart was filled with love for Krishna and he fell on to his ground, unconscious, dear devotees, unconscious. And Lord Chaitanya said, Jagai, I reveal my supreme opulence to you today. Look at me. Jagai looked up and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he manifested his four-armed form of Narayan, holding his conch shell, his lotus, his club and his chakra. In ecstasy, his hands grew, obviously his hands were standing on the end, tears were pouring from his eyes, his limbs, they were trembling, Ashtasatvika Vikara, right? He was rolling on the ground, he grabbed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet and pressed them to his heart and his chest. And then he gazed at the beautiful face of the Lord. His life was perfected then. And now Jagai and Madai, they were brothers. And seeing this transformation of Jagai and seeing the chakra ready to kill, Madai's heart was transformed too. He said, I understand, your Lord. Please forgive me. Give me what you have given him. You have given something to my brother and I really want that. That was the craving Madai had. Imagine, dear devotees, it was not ordinary thing that Jagai got. He got Krishna Prem that was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And now Madai, he wants that. I want whatever my brother has. You have given my brother and I really want that. After all, what I have done. Yes, whatever I have done, I have done. So please give me your mercy. Lord Chaitanya said, this Jagai, he protected Nityananda Prabhu and you smashed him on his head and caused him to bleed and you deserve to be destroyed. And Madai said, my Lord, it's not like that. I come from a Brahmin family and I've read scriptures and I have read about the fact that you have delivered Kamsa and other demons that who have caused harm to you. They fought with you and they made you bleed, but you still forgave them and you still gave them mercy. You gave them liberation. Now give me that to me too. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, see, that's not like that. Because those demons, whoever it is you're talking about, Kamsa, Shishupal, everybody attacked me. But you attacked Nityananda Prabhu. His body is more dearer to me than my own body. He is my devotee. Therefore, the only salvation for you is that you should fall at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu and ask for him for forgiveness. And Madai fell at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, and from there, from his heart of heart, he was crying, he was begging, and he was asking for forgiveness. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he looked at Nityananda Prabhu and he said, Nitai, he's yours now. If you really forgive him, then pick him and embrace him. Nityananda Prabhu covered, obviously he was covered with blood. And he said to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, see, whatever devotional service I have done till now, I beg you, I just want this one benediction, that all the devotional service that I have done in my life, my Lord, let the credits go to to giving love of Godhead to Madai. That will be the fulfillment of all desires. Can somebody be like Nityananda Prabhu ever? Giving all the credits of their devotional service to someone like Madai. This is the greatness of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. We are not in an ordinary movement, dear devotees. We are not in a movement. We are not in an ordinary movement. I think that's what I want you to realize at the end of the day with this lecture. How much compassion, how much mercy that Nityananda Prabhu has given to Madai, that he's ready to give all his devotional credits to a devotee, right? That he says is the fulfillment of all desires. Now, we may be very, very very, very greedy about accumulating everything to ourselves at the end of the day. That is the nature of the mind. But when people progress in devotional service, they just want everyone to chant Hare Krishna Ma mantra and everyone to be the servant of Krishna. So one of the most important learnings I've had for this week is from a devotee who just told me, Mataji, for me, one thing that I was stuck was with the Prabhupada's teaching that whatever you do in terms of your act, no problem, but think yourself to be servant of Krishna at all points in time. All points in time, think yourself to be the servant of Krishna. Then you don't care for anything, right? But since you're always in that mood of servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, he said this point very much touched my heart. And I think, we've heard this, you are nothing but servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. We've heard it many times. But when Prabhuji said this to me, it made a good impact on me too. Oh, let me also, everything in Krishna consciousness is something that we have heard, but something will strike you at some point. And that's what will cause transformation of heart. So let's all wait for that moment of when that transformation will happen to all of us. But again, since the theme of Chatusloki is about bhakti, there's no better episode other than talking about Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are here. They have come to this world to deliver us from this repeated cycle of birth and death. If not for them, we've not understood what true love is. Even if you don't get love from anybody in your family, we know if we love Krishna unlimitedly, then he'll reciprocate with you more than what you could imagine in various ways. As I told you, we've had many stories of various devotees who've given their life and soul to Krishna, and Krishna has reciprocated them with so much mercy. This is the point, dear devotees. So there's, I think, there's no room for us to cry and say, nobody loves me. No. If we love Krishna, Krishna will love you 100 times more than what you love him, right? Anyways, coming back to our point, he embraced, who embraced? Nityananda Prabhu. He embraced Madai with love and gave him over to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said to Madai and Jagai, see, you guys, you have committed the most unlimited number of sins. Never commit these sinful activities again. Never commit any offenses. Worship Krishna, chant the names of Krishna, and I will give you the ecstatic love of Godhead that even Brahma, even Shiva and other devatas, they long and pray for it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed them. Madai is now a pure devotee. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now let's go to my house and we will all perform Nama Sankirtan. Imagine, dear devotees, they are entering into the inner chambers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own house, and the only confidential, and we all know, only his confidential devotees, they engage with the Sankirtan as far as entering into the chambers and then performing Sankirtan. Only his intimate devotees were allowed. And even that day, only confidential devotees were allowed. Included amongst those confidential devotees were Jagai and Madai. And Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar Pandit and Advaita Prabhu, they were calling and sitting there. And all the great devotees, they were gathered around. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I want all of you to know that I have taken away the sins of Jagai and Madai into my own body. There's no offense left on them. I have taken all. And if you want a proof of it, look, see what happened. And right before all the devotees' eyes, all the unlimited moral deeds of Jagai and Madai, they entered into the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all their karma. And because of this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body turned black, and devotees, they were shocked. Oh my God. and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked Advaita Prabhu, what do you see? And Advaita Prabhu said, you're just back like Krishna. And all the devotees around, they were like, they just laughed. And he said, yes, I'm black. And I want everyone, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling everyone, see, I want everyone at all times to know that Jaga and Madai, they are sinless. And because they have taken shelter of my holy name, because they have received the mercy of Lord Nityananda, he promised that he would give them the love of Godhead. I cannot make that word go in vain. Therefore, I have taken care of all their sins. So you should never, ever consider what they have done in the past. You should only consider them as pure Vaishnavas from this day onwards. And what will happen with all of their sins? He said, everybody, let's all perform Kirtan, and that Nama Sankirtan will remove all the sins of Jaga and Madai from my body. And those sins will enter into the hearts of people who try to criticize devotees. Okay, then they began the Kirtan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body radiated like a molten gold once again. The Kirtan was obviously very ecstatic, very spontaneous, and Jaga and Madai, they were dancing in ecstasy, weeping tears, and they were even bumping into Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would perform Kirtan with devotees, it was so spontaneous and it was very natural. It was like, no, it was not like he's God and we're all servants. Everybody were happy together, dancing, chanting, and embracing each other. And Sachi Mata, she was also watching this whole thing with great amazement. And Jaga and Madai, they were dancing with a little Sachinandan, right? In love of Godhead. And you all know, Jaga and Madai, they committed every possible sin except one sin. They never offended devotees. Because they never associated with devotees, the only devotee they offended was Nityananda Prabhu, and he forgot about that. But other than that, it is said that they never criticized devotees or envious of devotees. Whoever is criticizing devotees or envious of devotees, we know about it, that Krishna will never deliver them. But he'll deliver Jaga and Madai. But because they were not offending devotees, right? And they were not envious of devotees. So, but those who are envious of devotees, Krishna is not going to deliver them. Again, a very strong lesson, right? Meanwhile, it was the talk of Navadvip that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he must be Lord Narayan. He must be something like the greatest of all saints. And Jaga and Madai, they were now humble brahmacharis by the mercy of Gaurang Mahaprabhu. This news that Jaga and Madai, about Jaga and Madai, this news spread everywhere. And people who have been envious of Lords, their heart also changed upon hearing this news. Their hearts changed. And now Nityananda Prabhu's desire was fulfilled. That I wanted to reveal my Chaitanya. That I wanted to reveal. Okay. And Krishna's deliverance of Putana is insignificant when compared to Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya's deliverance of Jaga and Madai. Putana died and went back to Godhead. But in case of Jaga and Madai, they became pure-hearted Paramahamsa preachers in this very life. They didn't have to even die. Right? Because if you look at Putana, she died and went back to Godhead. But these guys, they became pure-hearted Vaishnavas. So even Jaga and even the demigods, they were shocked by this, that they have never seen any kind of mercy like this before. They came down to witness this Jaga and Madai dancing in Kirtan. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Hiranyaksha, Shishupal, Dandavakra, Hiranyakashipu, they never danced like this in the Kirtan. Did they? No. They had to be killed. But here these people were, it's like they took a bonus birth again. The same people, Jaga and Madai, they were dancing in this Kirtan with the tears of humility in their eyes. And Yamaraj, he was looking at them. He asked his secretary, hey Chitragupta, tell me the extent of sins of Jaga and Madai. Because I can't believe that Gauranga has taken off all the sins within a moment. Tell me the extent of the sins, Chitragupta. And Chitragupta told Yamaraj, it's not possible. We have a whole staff and crew who only calculate Jagai and Madai's sins. And they are calculating. And now they are at the point of exhaustion. They practically are ready to die because they are overworked. We can't keep a big enough staff. We have so many records of them. They have mountains and mountains of records about Jagai and Madai, that they have committed so many sins. And now within a moment, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken all the sins and eradicated them. And not only that, he has given them the love of Godhead. And now what are we supposed to do with these records? We can take them to the biggest or the deepest ocean and try to dispose them there. And when Yamaraj heard the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, no saint, no avatar ever in the scripture, in any history, has this been seen. This can never be seen. And telling this, Yamaraj fainted. Again, imagine devotees. Yamaraj, he's death personified, okay? And he is fainting. Can you all imagine? It takes a lot of time for Yamaraj to faint. And meanwhile, all the demigods, they were coming back from Navadvip and they saw the chariot of Yamaraj and he was laying there unconscious. And when they asked Chitragupta what happened to Yamaraj ji, he explained the extent of sins that Jagai and Madai has committed. And when he understood the mercy of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu, upon hearing this, he fainted. So Brahma, Shiva, Shuka, all of them, they were going right to Yamaraj's ears and they were loudly calling out, Gauranga, Gauranga. And Yamaraj, he jumped up in the air and he started dancing madly like a madman. And just like crying out, when they were crying out, Gauranga, Gauranga, his hands, they were all standing on end. And Shiva saw this. He was meditating on the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he also danced wild. With this maddened hair, he was howling the names of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his son Ganesh, Lord Ganesh also started to dance ecstatically along with him. And Kartikeya, Brahma with the four heads, they were chanting and dancing with the different associates like Kashyapa Muni, Bharadwaj Muni, and all of them, they were dancing. And Narad Muni, we all know, he had so much ecstasy and tears in his eyes that he even lost his veena. He didn't even know where it went. And Shukadev Goswami was like a madman dancing as well. Anantasesh, we all know, he had many mouths and he was chanting the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Patita Pavan, as the deliverer of Jagat. And he also started dancing Garuda and the demigods all around circling him. It was an amazing kirtan that we cannot imagine. Jagai and Madai, they became so humble. Every day would wake up before the sun would rise, and usually they wouldn't even go to sleep before the sun would rise. So they would wake up before the sun and would rise, take a bath in the Ganga, and they would sit and chant 2 lakh names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra with a strict discipline. 200,000 names of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Madai, he would sit in the bank of Ganga and, he would stay there all day long, and everybody, whoever comes, he would try to take care of them, do some help, do Dandavat Pranams to them and beg them for forgiveness. You know what? I must have committed many, many sins and I've broken your hearts. I beg to be a humble servant and please bless me that I constantly chant the holy names of Krishna. Madai, he took this as his life and soul. The people of Navadvip, they were astonished. Here is a cruel murderer. Here is a thief. He's a rapist. He's a robber, a drunkard. And now he's humbly doing this hard labor and he's in the guard. My God. Anybody would fall. Whoever comes, be it a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra or even a child, he would just fall at their feet with tears pouring from his eyes and he would beg forgiveness from them. He would carry things for them. He would do anything for them spontaneously. Sometimes people were offended by past activities of Madai And he would just stand begging, pleading them for atonement. Whatever you ask me to do, I'm willing to do. How can I serve you? How can I serve you? Like that. They'd pick a big rock and hit on his head with it. And on Matai, he would humbly pick up that rock and hand it back to them and tell them, please throw back at me again. I deserve more of it. And then looking at Madai's attitude, their heart would melt, dear devotees, and he would fall. And the person, who bet him on his head would fall at Madai's feet and beg for forgiveness. This is the story of deliverance of Jagai and Madai. It's one of beautiful examples of mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Right? It's just mercy. And we know Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Saraswati, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they had complete faith in that mercy. The faith empowered them to do such miracles. And thereby in the hearing, in the association of devotees, we also gain more faith. The price of pure Godhead is to chant the holy names of Lord with pure faith. Lord Nityananda Prabhu gives holy names, gives access to the love of spiritual world. If somebody is willing to open their heart with faith, that's all he wants. And this story of Jagai and Madai has to be repeated to millions of people, millions of Vaishnavas for this reason. Because it gives us a supreme hope. Right? It gives us supreme hope. Not only it gives a hope for our personal lives, but we also want to be instruments of compassion to help others. It gives us that hope that everyone has opportunity to attain Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. So somehow or the other, we have to inspire this faith in everybody, dear devotees. Not only you build up that faith, but also you give faith to others. Okay? With this, we will conclude today's session. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripasandubhye vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to all devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and my spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Your Grace, Kasturi, Radhika, Mataji. Thank you for taking us through that entire discourse of Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas, and Jagai and Madai. I've seen it being acted in our temple in Eldoret. So we had a clue of what is really happening. But the way you've narrated it, it almost felt like we've actually it's really quite something for us to work on in our bhakti. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know whether there is any question from the assembled devotees or comments on that great narrative on Jagai and Madai deliverance by the most merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I had like someone was trying to say something. Okay. Yeah. So without if there's no any other question, thank you so much, Mataji. I've just today I've just learned that we can actually transfer devotion credits and sins also to someone like those that were acting that were talking ill of the pure devotees. It's something. Thank you so much. And also the story of Nityananda Prabhu being so drunk on Krishna Prema and Jagai and Madai being also drunk on the other side of ignorance. It's, And because they were the two of them, it would always be, it's such a beautiful story. Thank you so much. I see her Grace Pachali Mataji has something to say kindly. Very much welcome.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for taking us through the lovely pastime. So every time that is the magic of Krishna Katha, isn't it? No matter how many times you hear the same pastimes, every single time you relish more and you learn more. So no question, but just a comment that just a realization really that if we see through Krishna, with Krishna says at the end of Bhagavad Gita that Sarvatharman Parityajan and then Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, surrender unto me, and Manmana Bhava, worship me. And then when we come to one had to surrender unto Krishna for Krishna to accept someone. When we come to Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he, without any discrimination, he distributed Krishna Prema. Whoever came to him, he distributed them. And Nityananda Prabhu, as we see from the pastime of Jagai and Madai, he actually went out to get people to distribute. He didn't. People didn't even have to come to Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu actually went out to get people. So we see the kind, whereas with Krishna, one has to come to Krishna, surrender unto him. With Mahaprabhu, one has to come to Mahaprabhu, pray to him, and Mahaprabhu indiscriminately he gave mercy. But with Nityananda Prabhu, he actually went out of his way to get people on board to Krishna Prem. So we see the gradation of mercy throughout and how it just becomes more and more merciful. So yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Very good realization Mataji has brought out. Absolutely. We are so blessed to be in this movement, and we just have to utilize what we have. Just open our hearts and get more faith through the association.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Janukaya, Mataji, did you have something to say?
I just want to say thank you for such nourishing pastimes. It's really, really, it's so beautiful to hear you. You put such joy into it. Thank you, Mataji. And Prabhu, the joining has run out, so can you send it again, please?
Me
joining the group, the WhatsApp.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you the link.
Thank you. Sorry, it was timed and I couldn't get in earlier on. Thank you so much, Haribol.
Haribol, Mataji.
You can kindly end for us.
Going off with a big smile, everybody. It's so beautiful.
Yes, thank you. You can end for us the session, kindly, Janukaya Didi Mataji, today.
Oh, what you want me? Sorry, what you want me to do? Oh, Panchakalpa, yeah.
Yeah, we can chant on Mahamantra in glorification of today's.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhuevasya patitanam pavanubhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nantakoti Vaishnavindaki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
All glories to Radhika, Kasturi Mataji, Jai.
Jai. Hari Bol. Yes, Hari Bol.
Hare
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Beautiful.